Hopefully you can hear me. There's a lot of traffic here and it's noisy. I'm just at the church here where I had lunch. The Urban Abbey where they serve soup every day throughout the week. And they have a dinner at 5 o'clock on Saturdays. Apparently it's going to be some kind of Christmas dinner this week and then they're going to be closed for 2 weeks. And also the what's called Elevate. It's another place you can go keep warm, get some food. It's also going to be closed for about 2 weeks. That'll be an interesting time as far as where to go and what to do. Christmas is all good when you got someone to celebrate with. And I know I'm not the only one without, but it makes it interesting, uh, when you don't have a place to go or anybody to clink glasses with, right? Today I want to talk about something I have given the information for on both my YouTube channel and my Facebook channel. Something I mentioned briefly in my ebook, if anybody's looked at it. That's this fellow, Donald Marshall. He makes some pretty wild claims. But if you consider the time we're in and the possibilities of technology that we have, it's maybe not so outrageous. He claims that the elite, since the Second World War, have had access to clone bodies that they can effectively. Originally, he said it was so that they can meet up, from anywhere around the world in these underground military bases or wherever initially they met up. I don't know back at that time, but it's possible it was in an underground military base before we even knew such things existed. And he claims, like I said, they used it as a way to meet, and that they could also make use of their sleeping hours. Which, I mean, power hungry businessmen, yeah, of course. We can still plan and party and do whatever while our bodies are at rest back here on the surface. So, anyways, it's you know his story goes that they became bored of that and started recruiting, athletes and celebrities and famous people who basically they made famous, but upon achieving or the system made famous, right? It's like an octopus with a bunch of tentacles that, excuse me, have their hand everywhere. So he said that they got bored of just doing business and probably aren't the biggest fans of each other, so they over time began to recruit celebrities and would have them access them in clone bodies through REM sleep cycles where they can basically activate a switch to transfer your consciousness into a clone body, which is you, right? Only it's in their playground. And later on through the development of MK Ultra, which was happening probably through the 70s and the 80s, they can create scenarios where it would be like a dream, except you're actually living it in the cloning center, in your clone body, while you're sleeping, which is, you know, talk about a dream. I don't know about you, but I believe, we go places in our dreams. I've been places I've never seen, met people I don't know in my dreams, where these scenarios playing out, possibly some of them probably were some of the reoccurring dreams when I was young, or some of the more nightmarish ones that I'd rather not even consider thinking about. It's something I would never imagine in my waking hours and torment, really. You know, always seem to come out. Excuse me. I always seem to come out of it before anything major happens. Whether that's, you know, Donald Marshall talked about the fact that they can erase your memory effectively, or they can leave parts of your memory. They have full control over whether or not you remember what happened. He also said that at the age of 30, I think it is, or 30, 30 or 33, that you can, they can, I can't remember the exact wording he used, but basically they can let you keep your memories if they know that you're going to be loyal to what is effectively the satanic cult. He claims that you can't even speak the name of Jesus when you're in these places. And it's for sure in his information, the celebrities, like I said, they've all had to sign contracts giving permission for their bodies to be cloned. Okay, so a deal with the devil? Why not, considering they've basically made hell on earth with their scenarios and with their complete control and manipulation of who they bring, when. Maybe, maybe through the medical system they have access to all of our DNA, in clone bodies now. Um, and so they just play with, the masses as well. Think about your dreams and your nightmares, right? It can also, according to Donald Marshall, they can affect the 3D from our clone bodies. So I don't know about anybody else, but I've been told several times that I look like somebody knows. And I mean, I've seen people that have similar features to people I've known, right? But I've never seen an actual duplicate, whereas they're basically claiming I'm this other person. And it makes me wonder because at the time of the baby boom, right? My mom was a baby boomer. Then all of a sudden, my grandmother had 12 kids, which was not unheard of, or half a dozen in her day. Then my mom, she had two kids to the same father, or same husband, sorry. And she had another son to a previous marriage, and he had other children outside of their marriage. But the point being, if this great baby boom happened to try to replenish the earth at the end of the war, right? Then why? Um, well, my question is, maybe not clones of me that are my doppelgangers, but there's talk about soul division, like dividing the soul into fragments. And who knows how much that essence of us affects our overall appearance as much as any other genetic DNA might, right? What guides the codes within the DNA to do what it's supposed to do if it's not the eternal part of us, not this outside part that perishes? Anyway, Donald Marshall's information is over 10 years old, which is, pretty astounding to me that it hasn't got more attention than it has. I, for one, believe him. I've heard people claim, that he's making it up, and I'm thinking, why would he lie about that? Like, what good reason? It's not popular, for one thing. It's the most horrible, ugly truth you can imagine, for another. He names names, right? And there's other people. I have some of them. Tila Tequila has been messed with them. Britney Spears is a mess because of them. Maybe not right now, but she certainly has gone through her. She's paid her contract. As far as I'm concerned, they've all paid their contract in full, but they're still contractually bound. They're still, they'll be forever bound because they gave up on Christ in that contractual obligation. They're not even allowed to speak his name. So it's something far more sinister than even what the surface would appear to be. What's more is that discoveries in Romania, at the base of the Tower of Babel, Buski mountain range, I believe it is, there's technology that rivals our own, apparently found there in a chamber, as well as tunnels that connect beneath the earth. So from Romania, you can go straight to Egypt below ground, or you can go to Tibet. I forget what the other destination is, but there's three tunnels, and it said that the center one had collapsed. Now that could be man's interference, or it could have been something that happened during the actual tower event when the lands and the languages were divided. But if anybody in ancient time, like Genghis Khan, for instance, had access to to those tunnels, it could literally disappear somewhere and pop up, and nobody would even know. Nobody would even see him coming. That's just one example. I'm not saying that happened, but there's also talk of a time chamber beneath this chamber in the mountain, like a time machine or a time chamber where the time can be manipulated. But consider, if not now, time travel is possible. If not now, soon in the future it could be. What's to stop someone from going back when it is available and making every little change necessary to create this hellish reality that we know? Maybe JFK wasn't killed the first time around, if you know what I mean. Or maybe all those people that had to be just in the right spot for the original revolution for America to come to be, maybe that was all manipulated. Maybe Hitler's rise to fame was tweaked by a time traveler from the near future. It's pretty astounding to think about if you can open your mind to such ideas, and I can't prove any of it, but I'm highly suspicious that I wouldn't put it past those in power in our world, which are currently mostly, what's the word, tyrants. I mean, they're how many places in the world that are supposed to have a democracy have, somebody that's not at all democratic sitting in the position of power? I think that's a coincidence. I think it's a coincidence that Trump and Trudeau are still running the show. It's all a sign of the times, folks. I can't make anybody believe anything, and that's really not my job. I'm just trying to make you aware of the possibilities, right? I mean, it's not the ancient world anymore. This is the new world. The moment they boarded ships and came over, we've been in the new world. They talk about it like it's underway. We've been living it our whole lives. Our parents lived it. Anyway, blessings to everybody out there. My prayers are with you all. I just hope somebody can wake up, you know, see that there's more going on than the latest fashion or the latest movie or whatever people even do to distract themselves from. It could be some pretty ugly truths, but nothing could be more important if true. So, as I said, bless you. Take care. Have a good day.